Helo a chroeso mawr I chi gyd. Oh, I'm getting nervous now, Barrie. It's like being out on stage. Mae'n hyfryd gallu dod at ein gilydd fel hyn.
Hello and welcome everybody. As Anna said, it is lovely to see so many people watching this evening.
Anna ydw I, cyfarwyddwraig celfyddydol cwmni Enyn ac un o gyflwynwyr Sgriptüüofest, ac mi fyddaf yn siarad Cymraeg a Saesneg yn ystod y noson.
And I'm Barrie, I'm the technical manager here at Awaken Productions and a Sgriptüüofest presenter, and I'll be speaking in English this evening.
Wel, mae y bach yn wahanol gwneud gwyl theatr fel hyn, heb gynulleidfa dyn ni'n gallu gweld o'n blaenau, ond mae'n hyfryd gwybod eich bod chi yn yr un safle a ni mewn ffordd gwahanol. Yn ti, Barrie?
Yes, it is very different doing a theatre festival like this without being able to see the audience in front of us, but it is nice knowing that you are in the same space as us in a different way. Perhaps if you're feeling particularly brave, you might like to share a picture or type something in the comments this evening or respond to us on Twitter or Instagram so we know we're not alone.
Please gwnewch. Os ydych yn gwneud post, cofiwch defnyddio'r hashtag Sgriptύo ar tag Awakening. If you are making a post on Twitter or Instagram, please use the hashtag Sgriptύo and the tag Awakening. Efallai hoffwch dweud ble rydych chi'n gwylio neu rhannu llun ohonoch chi yn eich sedd chi yn y cynulleidfa Adref, neu just outfit chi, fi ddim yn gwybod. Bydd yn hyfryd eich gweld chi heno mas.
Perhaps you would like to tell us where you're watching from, or you'd like to share a picture of yourself in your seat in tonight's auditorium at home. It would be lovely to see you.
Bydd modd I chi gwneud sylwadau ac anfon emojis yn ystod y noson hefyd yn ymateb I bob darn fel y byddwch yn y theatr.
It really would be lovely to know that you're there, even if it is just a smiley face.
Please let us know we're not alone. Dyn ni mor gyffroes I rannu'r holl waith mae'r gymuned wedi bod yn creu yn ystod cyfnod y clo, tra yn ysgrifennu, actio, cyfarwyddo a chreu gwisgoedd.
Absolutely. It's been a chance for us to prove that it is possible for the community to write, act, direct and make costumes, generally produce amazing work even during a lockdown. Some of the participants were even able to take part from places like Romania, Ireland and the Netherlands.
Rydym wrth gwrs yn ddiolchgar iawn i'r cynllun Ceri Greu am y cefnogaeth gyda'r prosiect yma.
Yes, we're very grateful to the Get Creative at Home scheme for their support with this project.
A dyn ni hefyd yn hynod o ddiolchgar I gyfarwyddwyr a ddramodwyr proffesiynol sydd wedi anfon fideos neu geiriau o gefnogaeth at ein cyfarwyddwyr, actorion a ddramodwyr cymunedol, and we'll be playing a few of those a little bit later.
You may have noticed those lovely words of support during the countdown to tonight's live stream from professional playwrights directors. For those taking part tonight, we're grateful to the likes of Izzy Raby, Catherine Fleer, David Raby and Lucy Goff for supporting our writers, actors and directors and for understanding the challenges they face when making new work.
And we'll be seeing a few of those a little bit later. Diolch yn fawr iawn I chi. Mae'n bwysig nodi hefyd cyn I ni ddechrau ein bod yn codi arian dros achos pwysig iawn yn ystod y noson.
That's right. You might have noticed a link to a fundraiser in the bottom right corner of tonight's live stream. I'm going to try point to it now. It's
bottom right.
There.
But your left. Point to your left.
No. Yes, there it is. It should be there. Yeah, there it is. And I'm going to go back to my script now. I've lost it. You may have noticed that link to the fundraiser in the bottom right corner of tonight's live stream. This is because tonight's festival is fundraising for the Anna Evans Community Arts Grant.
Rydym yn falch iawn I gefnogi'r achos yma sydd wedi ei sefydlu mwyn helpu artistiaid o bob math I wneud prosiectau sy'n rhoi cyfleoedd celfyddydol i'r cymuned lleol, gan helpu gyda iechyd a lles, dysgu sgiliau newydd a chreu celf o bob math. Roedd Anna wedi gweithio'n agos gyda'r cwmni yn ystod y prosiect cartref cyn yn anffodus bu farw y flwyddyn diwethaf. Roedd hi'n ganolog I gymunedau celfyddydol, yr amgueddfa, clybiau pobl ifanc a grwpiau cymunedol o bob math yn Aberystwyth a Thu Hwnt.
Anna was a champion of the arts and curated, managed, sang, painted and carpentered for an array of community projects in Aberystwyth and beyond. She worked closely with our company last year whilst coordinating the Home project before sadly passing away in August of 2019. The Anna Evans Community Arts Grant was founded to keep her work alive by awarding artist grants to help them deliver community-focused projects in Aberystwyth and the surrounding area.
Byddwch yn gallu ein helpu wrth clicio ar y link ar waelod y fideo yma, neu'r cod QR fyna, mwyn rhoi arian i'r achos. Gobeithio eich bod chi'n gallu cefnogi nhw heno hyd yn oed gyda phris diod o'r bar. Anything will be very, very much appreciated and welcome.
Yeah, any donations received tonight will go straight to the Anna Evans Community Arts Grant, and we really do hope you can help us to support this very important cause, even if it is just the price of a cup of tea.
Diolch yn fawr. Wel, nawr te, Barrie, I suppose we'd better start. Well i ni ddechrau ati gyda'r wyl. Beth sy'n gyntaf? What do we got first?
Well, first up, we have a surreal and farcical piece about one of the world's oldest problems through the eyes of writer Conor McGowan. Tension boils between a father and son over whether or not they should fight in the war.
Nawr te, cofiwch, fel cynulleidfa yn y theatr, dyn ni'n eisiau gweld a chlywed eich ymatebion chi. Felly, rhowch emojis neu barnau yn y sylwadau isod, neu ar drydar neu Instagram, #Sgriptŷo.
Absolutely. Just as with the live audience, we want to see and hear your reactions this evening. So do put your actions or opinions in the comments or on Twitter or Instagram. Without further ado, it's my pleasure to announce the first piece. I present The War by Conor McGowan.
Woo!
Son, I have decided, for your own good, that we are going to send you to the war.
Father, am I to have no say in this matter?
No, Ivan, you are not. For I know how your mind works, and that you would make the wrong decision.
Your father's right, Ivan. It's what's for the best.
Son, it's tradition. I fought in the war, your grandfather fought in the war, and his father before him. And beyond that, it's a bit fuzzy. But I'll be damned if 5 nephews, 1 brother and an uncle didn't get their heads blown off for love of country, while you swan around the parlour eating cheese and writing sentimental poetry.
Oh, what good is that anyway? Why can't your legacy be having a son who didn't get his head blown off before the age of 20?
You don't understand. I can't be the one to birth the milksop son who shirked his duty. Not under my roof, and not while the king still lives. It's not right.
Would you like your smelling salts, dear?
Yes, thank you, wife. And Ivan, I swear, if the boys at the Gentlemen's Club hear a word about my smelling salts and my health...
What Gentlemen's Club? Place has been boarded up ever since the wars began.
Oh, it's a turn of phrase, and you know it.
It's always a turn of phrase with you. And I am not going off to die in your idiotic war.
Oh, I just don't know anymore. Don't you love the king? Don't you love this country?
I've never even met the king.
Oh, Ivan, please just don't start.
Ivan, you are my flesh and blood, and I would die for the king and for this country and for everything this country's done for us.
This country? What king, anyway?
Please don't bring this up, dear. We all know you're very well read and all, but this isn't the time.
Well, I think it rather is, considering father here wants to send me off to get my head blown off, mother.
Oh, that was another figure of speech, and you well know it. They'll probably have you standing around in a sergeant's tent, talking tactics or some such nonsense. What do you think all that education was for, son? Not for nothing.
Fine, yes. But still, we don't live in a real kingdom.
Ivan, please, dear. You know how this is going to end.
Oh, if the king could hear you now.
Look, all I'm saying is, if you ever read a book, or even a pamphlet, you would know that we live in a marquisate which was founded for the sole reason that Duke Otto IV wanted to pay lower taxes to the king.
Oh, it's always politics with you, isn't it? So what about Duke Otto's taxes? This isn't one of your history books, son. There's a war out there. And does the Marquis not swear loyalty to the king?
Well, he does and he doesn't. The formation of the Marquisate was a complex piece of legislation.
Well, that's good enough for me.
Still, do you even know how this war began?
Oh, heavens. Here we go again.
Tell me then, if you're so enlightened.
It was because your precious king needed more land tax because of the revenue lost when Duke Otto founded the Marquisate.
I cannot believe the words I'm hearing. I always knew you had some unorthodox views, son, but I can't believe that any son of mine is regurgitating such treasonous propaganda. Not under my roof, and whilst blood is still flowing through my veins.
Oh, save us the histrionics, father.
Constance, did you ever think this son of ours would hold such treasonous beliefs?
Well, I don't know if it's exactly what I would call treasonous.
Finally!
Oh, trust a woman to say that.
What did you say, dear?
You heard exactly what I said.
Well, one such as yourself should be able to enunciate properly, no?
All right, very well then. I shall enunciate for you. A lady is supposed to sit elegantly and not discuss politics.
Excuse you, Reginald, but those etiquette books are thoroughly outmoded. The modern lady has a variety of opinions on various topics and isn't afraid of a bit of parlour room debate.
Well, I remember when etiquette actually meant something.
Oh, shove off, you absolute troglodyte!
I don't... you...
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other matters to attend to.
Well, must I be the only one in this household with a fully functioning brain?
Well, have you ever considered that perhaps your mental faculties are not quite what they once were?
Absurd. My mind is sharper than ever.
Of course. Whatever you say.
Now, where did I leave my smelling salts?
Which ones, father?
Oh, you know, the ones in the red tin.
What red tin?
Oh, bloody hell, can you not follow even the simplest instruction?
Well, I suppose I cannot.
That's why you need to go to the war, son, to learn some discipline and how to follow a ruddy order.
Have we not talked about this enough, father?
No, we have not. You are going to go to that blasted war by hook or by crook if it's the last thing I ever do.
Yeah? Then make me.
All right, you asked for this. Duel me. If you win, you can swan around the parlour, eating cheese and being a drain on society.
This is absurd. And I am not a drain on society.
I don't care. You're a drain on my coffers. And the king demands it. On guard!
This is ridiculous!
Wait! Wait a moment. Just let me catch my breath, boy.
God, what is going on in here?
Nothing. We were just engaging in some father-son debate.
Well, at least try to tidy up after yourselves.
Dan, where is a servant when you need one?
You told them all to go to the war. You told them it was, how was it? Ah, yes, your way of lending the king a helping hand.
Blast it. So I did.
Oh yes, we got a letter. Came to the house the other week saying that Michael from the kitchen has died in battle.
Ah, ruddy unfortunate that. He made a damned good cup of tea. Have some respect, you. Very unfortunate altogether. Alas, this war, it affects us all. Constance, would you make us some tea, dear?
Oh, fine, fine. In my cup, Henry.
Ah. Ruddy good cup of tea, dear. It's almost as if he, Michael, was still here.
Of course, dear.
There's still the old elephant in the room.
I am not going.
It's not a question. They need fresh blood.
Oh, dear. Please save us your gothic fantasies. It's simply a financial and territorial dispute.
Heavens, you're not still listening to him over me, are you?
Well, he talks more sense than you, dear.
Oh, to hell with it. I'll go to the war myself, for the king and that unfortunate servant.
I would like to see you try.
Well, it's going to happen. Then you'll be sorry. The king demands blood, and if you won't answer his call, then I will.
Well, damn me then.
Don't swear, son. Besides, he'll be back before the morning. You and him could have tidied up after yourselves, though.
Should I go after him?
No. He'll be back sooner or later. He'd be lost outside of this house.
I suppose so.
Right, well, that's looking a lot better now. I'm off to bed.
Good night, Mother.
Really left.
Damn it. I forgot to pack.
You're still going then?
Well, since you couldn't be bothered, I suppose I'll have to.
It's not that I couldn't be bothered, Father, but because it's...
Oh, save the lecture for your blasted school. I'm not interested.
Of course. Right.
Have you seen my pistol, son?
I don't know where that is, Father.
Well, damn it to hell. Will you help me look for it?
Oh, I would, but I really ought to be getting to bed now.
So you expect me to wander about the house all night looking for it?
If that's what it takes.
Well, some son you turned out to be.
Good night, Reginald.
Well, fine. Leave me here all night. All forever then. I don't care how long it takes.
Diolch O Galon, a huge thank you to Stephen, Hulda, Niall and Josh, the cast and director who brought this piece to life. And Hulda's actually watching at the moment. She sent us a lovely picture of her seat in the auditorium at home. I know it's been really interesting working out how to do things like throwing drink and sword fighting when the performance space is in your own house, isn't it, Barrie?
Absolutely. Our directors and cast, they've come up against loads and loads of challenges along the way over the last 4 or so weeks, and we're really, really proud of the creative ideas they've come up with whilst in rehearsals.
Nawr te, gawn ni edrych ar rhai o'r sylwadau. We're going to look at a few of the comments. Abby and Niall have sent us a lovely message on Discord. You've both got pizza. I'm very, very, very jealous. Lovely messages of support from Alex, Harry, Paul and Robert. Thank you so much, and hello. Okay, keep sending us your messages, guys. It's really, really lovely to hear from you. Remember, cofiwch hashtag Sgriptŷo, and remember to tag us as well at Awakening if you're on Twitter or Instagram, ar Trydar neu Instagram. Now then, we have a little bit of a question to spark some further conversation for you this evening. So the question we'd like to ask the audience after seeing that piece is, what do you think is driving the different characters in the war? Because you've got 3 people there that all have very different motives. So we'd like to ask, what is driving Reginald, Ivan and Constance in the war? Huge thank you to Connor once again for your original piece. Nawr te, nawn ni edrych ar rai o'ch atebion mewn tipyn bach. We'll look at your answers in a little bit. So coming up a little bit later, we have our the results of our costume competition as well, don't we, Barrie?
We do, absolutely. We've got some cracking entries, so we'll be talking about that a little bit later on this evening.
Definitely, ond am nawr nawn ni edrych ar y ddarn nesaf. So mae'r ddarn nesaf yw Dying Butterflies. The next piece is Dying Butterflies, wedi'u ysgrifennu a perfformio gan Niamh Buckland, written and performed by Niamh Buckland. And then we'll be watching King's Gambit by Catherine Mary, darn King's Gambit gan Catherine Mary. So dyn ni'n edrych mlaen am hynny.
Indeed. Over the last 4 weeks, our community members have been busy writing, performing and filming in their own homes. Making this work has been a lot like making films, but without anyone on set and everyone being in their own technical team. We're extremely proud of what they've managed to create, showing lots of initiative, playfulness and creativity along the way.
Mae wedi bod yn hynod diddorol gweld sut mae pobl yn gallu rhoi'r pethau yma at ei gilydd a gobeithio bod chi'n gallu mwynhau hefyd. So, y ddarn nesaf yw Dying Butterflies gan Niamh Buckland, darn am bwyty tyfu I fyny a chariad. This next piece is a monologue by Niamh Buckland, exploring themes of coming of age and unrequited love. Cofiwch rhoi eich sylwadau a gobeithio eich bod yn mwynhau. Remember to drop your responses in the comments and we hope that you enjoy it.
Love is different for other people. Whether I can call it love makes me feel odd. I never even know if I'm allowed to say that. I know I love hella hard, that's for sure, but true love, I'm not entitled to that. Not yet, anyway. But I have loved. Whether you depict my love as head over heels or just loving a person's smile, their laugh, the way their eyes twinkle. Am I wrong for saying I love them? Maybe I'm greedy for wanting more. This naive sense of picturing yourself with them when you have no clue if they like you back. I found that whenever I like someone and allow myself to be invested, something stops that. That person drifts away as soon as I will the courage into my mouth, and then that love fizzles and splutters and pops. And I lose myself again. The one that she fell victim to was caused by a smile. She was at a party, one she really didn't want to go to. A lad had forgotten her drinks and all she had was some crappy gummy bear vodka that went horribly wrong. But they laughed about it. She was incredibly out of place and out of worry. Began talking to him. The topic was photography school and other subjects one would label small talk. She fell so quickly, forgetting what it was like to be hurt. It had been 3 years. What's the harm? Can't blame her. From there they met up, went to town, talked about photography. Sat in the rain. They were whimsical. And she talked about him a lot. Her friends had said that, and obviously she saw it too. This went on for like half a year. It all went in a blur, obviously. If I'm being honest, she grew more confident, happier. Her friends knew that she genuinely cared, but ended up pulling away from them. As you do. They didn't worry though. They saw that she was happy. She had forgotten the investment that curdled in her stomach and what it had been like to like someone who was just there for the empty company. This naivety settling in like undisturbed snow. 3 years ago, a girl bailed on her. Just at that moment where she'd accepted her feelings. The blonde hair and the blue eyes striking a chord in her heart. Something about blue eyes. Innocence? The way they glint in street lights when towns went to sleep? Something romantic about that. Sometimes blue eyes are cold. Cold dark, the rest beneath broken ice. But that wouldn't happen again, right? She knew better than to dip into the cool waters of admiration, the ripple turning into a wave to drown her. Water. Blue. Blue. The amount of guilt she felt when she told him. The words having been formulated onto an animated screen because she couldn't push forth the feelings into gentle words. His eyes drifted over the screen slowly, swallowing the words like essential medicine, but not a desirable taste to have on your tongue. Yet he didn't say a word. I can't blame him. The first word to enter that room with the new information. A pitiful squeak spilling from her lips. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because she knew. She knew. At the second she handed that phone to him, as soon as the screen illuminated his soft features, that she'd ruined it. That her feelings were stupid, and she was stupid for falling for anyone who showed interest in her. If she doesn't love herself, someone else surely will. And as soon as someone smiles at her the way they did, her heart beats a little bit faster every time she sees them. How can she keep pulling at her skin in thinking that something was wrong with her? It must be her. I can't keep doing this to myself. I'm so tired of this feeling. Can I just go now? Things I do for Sgriptŷofest. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. If this doesn't make it in, I'm gonna be so mad.
Thank you, Neve, there for Dying Butterflies. Anna, what's in the comments?
Well, we'd like to give a little bit of a shout out to Lowry, who says she's watching with Dad, Sioe and Alfie from Windsor. Hello, lovely to have you with us. It's actually been really lovely to see so many of you telling us where you're watching from, and to know that there are people all over the world having a look at the stream this evening, which is really, really delightful. So I'm just going to have a look at the answers to the question that we asked before we watched Dying Butterflies, which was all about what was driving all of the characters that were taking part in the war. And we've had a couple of answers. Georgia says that all of the characters are driven by their own egos. Well, that's definitely one way of looking at it, and I think it's definitely a possibility. They definitely all have different motives, and we've got a single answer from Niall, who's just said Reginald! Exclamation mark. So I suppose that means Reginald is driving the piece, and I suppose that's true as well. He's definitely a driver. So yeah, that's great. Thank you so much for responding to the questions. Now, we've got a question about the piece you just watched as well. Cwestiwn am bwyty'r ddarn dach chi newid wedi gweld, which is, have you ever experienced a one-sided love? Ydych chi wedi profi cariad ond dim ond ar eich ochr chi? We'd love to hear from you. So please do keep commenting away.
Excellent. So, shall we move on, Anna?
Yes. So coming up soon, we have King's Gambit by Catherine Mary. And then what's following that, Barrie?
Following King's Gambit, we've got Unattainable Perfection, written by Alexander Cystadleuaeth.
And then after that, of course, we'll be having the results of the costume competition, Cystadleuaeth Gwisgoedd. Dwi'n teimlo'n gyffrous iawn am bwyty hynny. Ond cyn hynny, mae'n bwysig eich atgoffa o'r achos pwysig dyn ni'n codi arian dros heno ma. Before that, we'd like to remind you all of the important cause we're raising money for tonight. Cronfa Creadigol Cymunedol Anna Evans, the Anna Evans Community Arts Fund. Anna, during her lifetime, supported and indeed coordinated many different artistic projects, and all were community based. The fund has been set up in order to keep community arts work alive. Indeed, similar to the work that you're seeing this evening, we think that it's such an important cause and is going to support many artists and community groups in future. So if you can, please do donate to that tonight. Mae'r link isod. The link is in the bottom right. I hope I'm pointing in the right direction. Please gwnewch os y gallwch chi. Please do give whatever you can, as it's a really, really important cause. Right, okay, mae'n amser I ni wylio ddrama arall, dwi'n meddwl. Time for us to watch another piece. So what have we got next, Barrie?
We'd like to present to you King's Gambit.
King's Gambit by Catherine Mary. Thank you very much.
Another morning, like any other, don't you think, my dear?
Yes, quite so. The guards are, well, they're still here. All except Bradley.
Oh.
Yes. While you were resting, my dearest, a terrible ordeal has befallen young Bradley. The neighbouring kingdom
have kidnapped another one from our front line.
Quite so.
Maybe I should go over there and offer a straight trade. We did kidnap 2 of theirs only last week.
Perhaps. You know, my sweet, I've completely forgotten what we started feuding for in the first place.
I can't remember either. Not the core reason, anyway. You could always pay a visit to the Archbishop Jacob, or if not him, then his twin brother, the Archbishop John. I'm sure one of them will remember some details, and potentially one of them could help us come up with a new strategy on how to defeat, or at least make a statement against, the enemy once and for all. But what are we to do about Bradley?
Maybe a straight trade is the best way forward. But as I can't move very far...
Which is why I said I would go.
Yes. Yes, you did. Well, make sure you're guarded at all times. I couldn't live if anything happened to you.
I am capable of looking after myself, darling. The last time I stepped foot on their land, the guards took one look at me and ran away. Almost as if, had they crossed my path, I would attack them. It's quite exhilarating, knowing I can intimidate them just by my presence.
I mean it, Liliana. Don't take this journey lightly. Guards could easily be hidden behind the castle walls, ready for an ambush.
Well, that would give you every reason to declare war then, won't it? But it won't come to that. And to put your mind at ease, I'll ask Sir Garrett and Sir Wilbur to accompany me.
Sir Wilbur? He's left-sided, isn't he?
What's that got to do with anything?
No, nothing. They just aren't as quick to react, I find.
Well, you've seen him in battle. He's just as skilled as Sir Garrett. I'd even say he's the one that usually takes the initiative.
Oh. Maybe I'm thinking of the night prior.
I believe so, dear.
Yes, that's right. It was Sir Anthony who lost us the battle last year. Ever since then, that particular position always makes me nervous.
I trust both knights with the protection of both my life and yours.
Yes, I do too.
Then I don't see the issue. I'll leave this afternoon and I'll make sure Sir Garrett and Sir Wilbur stay 3 spaces behind me, just in case.
All right. I do suppose we are in a strong position here, but a trade will ease tensions between us. With you being as intimidating as you claim to be, gives us an advantage. You can detect any weaknesses in their ranks, any areas left open for a sneak attack, and when you come back, unharmed, we'll have the opportunity to discuss all potential moves for the coming months. Over a nice bottle of red.
You say the sweetest things.
I know. You are only going to talk about an exchange, not actually exchange our prisoners, aren't you?
Well, naturally. We have to wait for them to make the first move.
Okay, thank you very much to Catherine, Roger, Caroline and Hulda there for the wonderful King's Gambit and the very creative Lego filming there, which I absolutely loved.
Me too. Now then, Barry, did you know that that one is based on a very famous board game?
Is it? Which one would that be?
Ludo, obviously.
Oh, I love Ludo. That was my favourite game as a child. That's brilliant.
Only kidding.
Oh.
All right. Well, we've got some lovely action happening in the comments. Shout out to Connor, Josh and Aisling, who are having a watch party over in Ireland. Lovely to hear from you. We've got Kelsey watching from Guildford. Hello. Harv is watching from London and she says great shows. Oh, that's so nice, Harv. Thank you very much. Paul and Sarah are watching in Hampshire. Lovely to have you with us. It's really lovely to see the map actually opening up with all the different places people are watching from as well. In terms of the one-sided love question that we asked you before, and I bet you're excited for the results of this one, Barry, 73% of people who answered said yes, and then 27% said no. Well, I tell you what, 27%, you are very lucky, okay? I just hope you appreciate how lucky you are. Thank you so much for answering the question as well. Nawr te, mae gennym ni gwestiwn arall I chi. We've got another question for you now about that last piece. We loved this piece because we thought it was a really clever adaptation of a board game. So the question that we would like to ask to you is, if you could adapt a board game into a play, which one would it be and why? So please do let us know.
Do let us know in the comments the why bit. You can't do that on the poll itself, but if you let us know in the comments why you picked the game that you've picked in the poll. I can see already there's some great answers coming in. We'll have a look at those just a little bit later on. It's not long now until we announce the winner of our costume competition, which will be happening just after our next piece. And after that, we'll go into a short 10-minute interval before we come back for the second half of tonight's Sgriptüüofest.
Na ni. Mae wedi bod yn hyfryd gweithio gydag actorion a chyfarwyddwyr o bob oedran yn ystod yr ŵyl yma. It has been really lovely to work with actors and directors of all ages during the festival. Many people who have stepped up to direct a piece for the very first time, taking charge in rehearsals and figuring out shots and camera angles to bring creative visions to life. And of course, the joys of people being on mute or connections cutting out. Fingers crossed, touch wood, that doesn't happen to us this evening.
Indeed, some of our writers are also sharing the work for the very first time. It takes a lot of courage to do that, and for that we're very proud of them. And we've been impressed by the number of different and bold ideas being put forward by all of the team for Sgriptüüofest tonight.
Diolch o galon am rannu'r gwaith gyda'r byd. Mae'n anodd iawn rhannu gwaith newydd yn y ffordd yma, felly dyn ni'n gwerthfawrogi hynny yn fawr. It's really hard sharing your new work with the world, so we're really happy to see you all doing it, and it's lovely to have you with us in the audience as well. Thank you so much for being with us. Right, what have we got up next, Barrie?
Okay, our next piece is Unattainable Perfection, written by Cystadleuaeth, and it explores issues surrounding mental health, relationships, and coming out for young people. As always, show them your support, get comments into the comment section next to our live stream video, and we'll read some of those out after the piece. This is Unattainable Perfection.
Are you seriously stalking her Instagram photos again? Admit it. You like the girl.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're not obtuse or incompetent. I'm sure you can figure it out.
If you're talking about Isa, then yes, of course I like her. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have gotten an A in maths, and you know the amount of pressure my parents put on me before she came along. They would scream at my B's and call me a disappointment until my ears bled from their overuse of that word. Plus, not only did she save me from my parents' rage, but she's a good friend to have.
That is not the kind of like I was talking about, sweetie.
Then no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Then let me spell it out for you. You are not into guys, you're into girls.
You're being ridiculous.
Am I really? Then tell me, darling, why is your worst nightmare a man?
Stop it, Renee.
Not until you stop being a coward and look at me, Mara.
I am looking at you.
No, you're not. You're not seeing what's right in front of you because you're too scared to acknowledge it. You've just turned 18, Mara. I've watched you fight the truth for far too long. It's time for you to let go of your fear and accept yourself for who you are.
Stop talking.
I will once you start listening.
What's wrong with me?
Okay, I've tried playing nice and that clearly hasn't worked. So it's time for my sinister side to take over.
Oh, why? Why do you always have to hurt me?
That's the thing, Mara. I can't hurt you because I'm not real.
Of course you're real, Renee. What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, I'm real, huh? That's interesting. So tell me, Mara, if I'm flesh and blood like you claim I am, then why can't anyone see me but you? Have you considered that little fact?
I don't know.
What? What was that?
I don't know. Okay, I don't understand any of this.
But you do. Fine, then let me explain. I am a figment of your imagination. When you were little, your mind conjured me up because you were feeling lonely and needed a friend. But once you grew older, you stopped seeing me as a friend and started seeing me as your number one enemy.
That's not my fault. You always find ways to hurt me. Whether it's with your words, with your fists, or with your laughter. You always hurt me any chance you get. You either kill me physically or emotionally, and you don't stop. Why don't you just stop? You even haunt my dreams. What do I have to do just to get you to leave me alone?
Sweetheart, I only hurt you because you let me. I'm not real, remember? Besides, you and I both know that all the reasons you just listed for hating me isn't why you hate me as much as you do. The reason your hate for me runs so deep is because your heart doesn't beat for me. It doesn't beat for the man with the strong, sculpted face and tousled dark hair. It doesn't beat for the wild-eyed little boy who you watched grow into a beautiful man. No, it beats for a charismatic girl with messy hair and kind eyes. The girl who smiles encouragingly after you've completed the maths problem. The girl who hugs you a little bit longer than necessarily before leaving your house. The girl...
Stop it.
The girl who fills you with longing.
It's not true.
Is it not? Then let me ask you something. Are you attracted to me? Even a little bit?
Just because I'm not doesn't mean...
No, Mara, it does. You know why? Because your mind created me to mock you. My physicality would make any woman weak at the knees. That's why you hate me so much. Because you know that if you're not even a little bit attracted to me, then you will never be attracted to any man.
Shut up, Renee. Just shut up.
Look at my lips, Mara. Do you have the urge to kiss them? What about my body? Does it tempt you even a little bit?
That's enough.
No, I won't stop. I don't care how scared you are of your mommy and daddy. You're so focused on making them happy that you're losing yourself in the process.
You're insufferable.
I have watched you go on dates with guys that you're not even in the least bit attracted to. You choose men that you know your parents would appreciate, hoping to please them. The worst part of this is that you're too oblivious to realize that your poor choices are hurting other people. You think I'm the bad guy? Have you looked at yourself in the mirror lately? Are you trying to tell me you didn't see the pain in Issa's eyes after you told her you asked Corey out on a date? Oh God, you noticed.
Oh,
You
no,
pathetic,
stop,
you know
just
that?
stop.
You need help. I am a monster your mind has created. What part of that do you not understand? I'm not real. You are killing yourself slowly. You're in a great amount of pain just because you refuse to accept the truth. Why won't you just accept the truth, Mara?
Because I can't, okay? Do you know what it's like being loathed by your family? When they see me, they see a straight-A student with a normal dating life, and yet they still act like I'm an abomination. Every night I sit with them at dinner, and I feel like I just want to punch my fist through their perfect dining room and again and again until it's imperfect just like me. Do you know what our conversations normally consist of? Ugly gossip. My parents are vicious serpents who look at themselves and see the definition of perfection, and anyone else who isn't like them is flawed. Of course, I hide behind this facade I built all the freaking time. It's the only way I can survive this toxic family. What would they do if they found out? Have you thought about that, Renee? Huh? Have you thought about what they would do to me if they found out?
Of course, I've considered your situation. I have seen your parents and their actions firsthand. I know how cruel they can be. But you can't live wearing that perfect mask you've built for them forever. Every day you're losing yourself even more by refusing to show anyone a glimpse of who you really are. Is this how it's always going to be? Are you going to live this little lie until you take your last breath? What are you going to do, Mara? Because the lies are tearing you apart. Mara, don't. Mara?
Isa?
Hey, are you okay? We can do this later if you want. It's only algebra.
Oh, damn it, Isa.
Mara, please tell me what's going on.
I can't.
Why? Why can't you? Talk to me.
I can't do this anymore.
Mara.
I'm scared. My parents don't know. I'm scared of what they'll do when they find out.
Whatever it is, we'll figure it out together.
I don't want to drag you into my mess.
Well, too bad, because I'm not going anywhere. You need my help, and I will figure out a way to help you.
Isa.
Don't argue with me, Mara.
Isa.
I
think I'm gay.
You think, huh?
No, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm gay too. Do you want to figure that out together?
Yeah. Oh, but what about my parents? What will we do?
Mara, I promise you're safe with me. Trust me, we will take one step at a time. I won't let anything happen to you. You have people who love you, Mara. Never forget that. You will never be alone unless you choose to be.
I choose not to be.
Diolch yn fawr iawn, Maxita, Aisha ac Alexandra. Thank you very much, Maxita, Aisha and Alexandra for beautifully and sensitively bringing that very powerful piece to life, Unattainable Perfection, there. So we have a new question for our lovely audience this evening coming up. I know some of you have been answering the last one, which is great. We'll get to that in a moment, which is, what is a powerful piece of writing that you have seen about mental health? What is a powerful piece of writing that you've seen or read about mental health? We would love to hear from you. Writer Barrie, shall we have a little look at the answers from the last poll that we did?
Absolutely. So looking at some of your answers, we asked you which board game you would base a piece of theatre on, and we give you 4 options. 42%, sorry, said that they would create a piece of theatre on snakes and ladders. That might be quite interesting. 25%, I'm disappointed with this. Ludo, my absolute favourite childhood game. I'd love a piece based on Ludo.
I think it would be very stressful.
I think so, but that's the joy of it, I think.
God, the oven.
Checkers was 8% of people wanted to create a piece on checkers. And quite a few of you in the comments said that they would create a piece based on Cluedo.
Oh yeah, Georgia and Naomi, hi.
Twister was mentioned, and Yahtzee as well was mentioned. So some great responses there to board games that we could base pieces of theatre on. I think we've got some ideas coming our way here, Anna.
Very much so. Well, I look forward to seeing all of the wonderful writing that's going to happen now, thanks to being inspired by your time at Sgriptüüofest. All right, I'd like to give a little shout out to Catherine and Owen, who are watching from on a train. Hello. Hopefully we're making your journey a little bit better. Lovely to have you with us. Alexandra, who wrote the last piece, is watching as well. I believe she's watching from Romania. So again, it's lovely to have you with us. Lovely stuff. Yes, and that is it for the moment. Oh, little shout out to Maya as well, who left us a little comment. She's enjoying all of the pieces, which is really, really nice. Reit ma'n amser Maya bron yn amser I ni gael egwyl fach o 10 munud. It is nearly time for us to have a little break of about 10 minutes. But before that, we need to announce the results of the costume competition, Cystadleuaeth, Gwisgoedd. So, Barrie, we have a couple of our favourite pieces to show. I should also mention this competition is sponsored by the fantastic Little Devils Cafe, which is currently open for garden dining and also is serving takeaway, and the wonderful Maith Ymunwch, who have been doing sterling work during the lockdown yn ystod cyfnod o clo, making sure that food and local produce is available to people even while we were all staying at home. First up, I'd like to share with you Hulda's entry. Hulda has sent us a beautiful picture of one of the beauty school dropout angels, our very own Karen Evans, who is our wardrobe mistress and costume designer for the majority of our plays, has been judging the competition, and she said she really loved the creative use of toilet rolls for this one. The wig is fantastic, isn't it? Just the way it's piled high, and the outfit really complements that as well. So thank you so much, Hulda. And another piece that we'd like to mention was a submission we had from Meher Shibli. She sent us in a beautiful design for a Bollywood version of Cinderella, which I honestly would love to see. We really loved the detailing on the skirt and also on the sleeves as well. It's just so nicely done. And I'm very happy to announce that both of you will be receiving a prize following this evening. So Hulda, you have received the cake from Little Devils Cafe, and we'll be putting you in touch with them to receive your prize after tonight's broadcast. And Meher, you have received a voucher for Maith Ymunwch, no doubt to spend on some of their lovely local produce and teas. So I'm sure that will be very, very exciting. Diolch o galon. Thank you so much to Little Devils Cafe and Maith Ymunwch for sponsoring our competition. Nawr te, ma'n amser I ni gael break bach. Are you ready for a break, Barrie? Ready to hit the theatre bar?
Cup of tea time, Anna. Cup of tea time.
So, but just before you go, what we would like to do is just go over how the donations to the Anna Evans Community Arts Fund are going. As it stands, ar hyn o bryd, dyn ni ar 200 o bunnau. We're just up at £200. Thank you so much if you have been donating this evening. It really, really means a lot. Dyn ni'n eisiau cyrraedd 500 o bunnau. We're hoping to get to £500 by the end of the evening. So os ych chi'n gallu, please rowch beth bynnag ych chi'n gallu. The fund is there to support community-based artists, to provide works similar to what you're seeing this evening, but also visual arts, possibly exhibition pieces as well, and theatre shows and film, any artistic medium to community groups I weithio gyda'r gymuned. So whatever you can give really will make a difference, and we really want to help keep Anna's wonderful work alive with what we are doing this evening. So if you can, please do. A good idea might be to drop in as much as you might drop over at the theatre bar if we were if we were in the theatre tonight. That would be definitely a good idea. Well, I suppose mae'n amser I ni fynd am bach. It's time for us to go for a little bit, but we will be back in about 10 minutes time. So please don't go away. We'll also be having some more polls, and we'll be looking at the results of those after the break as well. The first show taking place after the break, I believe, is Haint ar-haf, darn yn y Gymraeg. A da ni'n edrych ymlaen I gweld hwnna. So we'll be opening with Haint ar-haf after the break. Looking forward to seeing you then. Bye for now. Hwyl I chi.
I just want to wish you all best of luck for Sgriptüüofest. I'm a Type practitioner and theatre director who was part of Adref Arts Centre Youth Theatre, Dechrau'r, and I also was part of lots of new writing groups in my early 20s. Adref is such an amazing place for nurturing young talent, and I'm just really, really excited for you all, and I hope you have a great time.
And I've been lucky enough to write for theatre, radio and television for many, many years now. So I was delighted to hear about this festival. I think it's really great to think that there's an opportunity for you to get your creative work out there. I'm really looking forward to seeing what sort of work you produce. And enjoy it. All the best. Good luck. name's Lucy Goff, and I've been lucky enough to write for theatre, radio and television for many, many years now. So I was delighted to hear about this festival. It's really great to be able to I'm really looking forward to seeing what the work you produce. I hope and enjoy it. Good luck.
Hello and welcome back to Sgriptüüofest. I hope you had a really nice break. Anna, what did you do for break?
I did. I had a lovely break. I got myself a glass of water and then I walked to the end of the garden and back, which is like a really good amount of exercise for me, if I'm honest. So...
Excellent. I didn't get as far as walking down the garden. I had visitors to my little homemade studio setup instead, which may or may not appear later on. They sort of disappeared again now, but they might come back. Who knows?
I'm really excited for that. We want to see small animals on this show.
I did have a request from Lowry during the interval that just said puppy.
Yes, we want to see puppy.
Yes, so yes, if she appears, I will bring her on just for Lowry.
Ci bach. That's what we want to see. Okay, I'd just like to say a big thank you once again. Diolch yn fawr iawn i'r dramodwyr proffesiynol sydd wedi bod yn rhannu negeseuon o gefnogaeth. The professional writers who you might have noticed sharing messages of support during the break. It has been really good to have those and have such lovely support for our writers, directors and actors taking part in Sgriptüüofest. All of these are people who know the journeys that you take in order to create new wonderful work, and so it's really good to hear from David, Lucy, Izzy and Catherine. Thank you very much. Nawr it's time to do a few shout outs. So just a little shout out to Hannah Ray, who says she's watching along with her little fluffy kitten Nim, who's keeping her company. Oh, that's so nice. We'd love to see a picture of the kitten. We love kitten pictures. Those are the best.
Do drop it into the comments there, Hannah.
And Roger says he's cuddling the whiskey bottle in front of the Wine Fawr big screen. Yep, that's the classiest way to do this, I think. Definitely agree with that. And do keep commenting. It's so lovely to hear from all of you. Os ych chi'n defnyddio Twitter neu Instagram, if you're using Twitter or Instagram, please use the hashtag Sgriptüüo and tag us at Awakening. We would love to hear from you. Now then, Barrie, we'd just like to look at the donations for a minute.
I've just had the latest total in. Shall we reveal what we're on, Anna?
Yes, please.
Okay, so our latest total over the interval, we're now on a grand total of £330. So thank you to everybody who has donated so far. Please do keep it going. Once again, the link is, I'm going to try again and point. It is just there. No, it's gone now. It was there. It will be back. We'll just wait here.
Link is on.
No. It will appear. There it is. It's there. That is the link that you need to donate to the Anna Evans Community Grant Fund. Please do keep it going. I know that everybody at the Community Grant Fund really does appreciate all the work that's gone in and all the donations that are coming in. So thank you very much.
Diolch o galon. Now then, it's time for us to look at some of your responses to the polls. On the poll, we asked the question, what's a powerful piece of writing about mental health that you have seen, read or heard? Neve responded with Dust by Millie Thomas. Dan has responded with Melancholia by Lars von Trier, and Daz has written Anything by Dale Carnegie. Some fantastic suggestions there. Thank you so much. Diolch yn fawr. And yeah, do keep them coming in. It's lovely to hear about all of these pieces of work. Definitely a few I haven't checked out yet that I actually do need to. So diolch yn fawr. Roedd Paul arall yn ystod yr Egwyl. There was another one during the break as well. We had, do you have a favourite play genre from the following? Tragedy, comedy, historical or musical? Now then, the results are in for that. 45% of people like musicals the best. I wouldn't expect any less from Aberystwyth. Comedy comes in at a close second. I agree. I love to laugh. And then we've got some love for historical. Oh, tragedy doesn't have that much love. You know, I think one needs a good tragedy for balance.
Every now and again.
Well, thank you for your answers, everybody. It's lovely to hear from you as well. So we will be asking some more questions as we go on to watch some of the next pieces. Bydd mwy o gwestiynau I ddod yn fuan. What are the next two pieces that we're watching, Barrie?
Okay, so coming up next, we have Haint ar-lein, written by
Gwenllian Davies. Nani.
Had a bit of a lapse in memory there. And we would like you to consider this question for Haint ar-lein. And we'd like to know what you will miss or what you won't miss about the lockdown. So looking forward to your responses there. And after we've looked at Haint ar-lein, we're going to watch a piece called Overtake by Niall Morgan as well.
Oh, fantastic. Nawr te, mae Gwenllian wedi anfon llun I mewn. Gwenllian, who wrote the next piece, has actually sent us a gorgeous picture from home. We love your outfit, Gwenllian. Really lovely, and good to have you along with us as well. Thank you so much for joining. Gobeithio bod ti'n gallu mwynhau'r ddarnau nesaf hefyd. We hope you enjoy the next few pieces. So, mae'r ddarn nesaf yn ddarn yn y Gymraeg. Profiad person ifanc wedi cyfnod y clo, a very topical piece about the experiences of a young person following the lockdown. Now then, Barrie, this piece is actually a Welsh medium piece, so I'm going to quiz you a little bit on your Cymraeg. Are you ready?
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so here's a nice easy one to start with. What is good morning in Welsh?
Oh, I know this one. It is bore da.
Da iawn. Okay.
Fine.
What is thank you in Welsh?
Diolch.
Da iawn. What about beach?
No.
Traeth. Okay, what about the sea? It begins with an M.
More.
Da iawn. 3 out of 4.
Yes.
Not too bad. So you may be able to handle this next one. We'll see. Ond diolch yn fawr iawn I Gwen. We're going to watch Haint ar-lein, our next piece, in just a moment. As I say, a young person's experiences during the lockdown and following that period of isolation, what happens next? A very topical piece, edrych ymlaen yn fawr. Haint ar-lein gan Gwenllian Davies.
Yn 10 mlwydd oed, Doris sy'n hwys, mewn damwain beic. A fy mai oedd hynny, yn troi'n rhy gyflym ar dail glib yr Hydref. I blentyn 10 oed, roedd hi'n anghofefol bod yn stuck yn sbyty. Colli ffrindiau, colli ysgol, colli ryddid. Ymlacio, Lisa, bydde ti'n mwynhau cael dim i'w wneud. Doedd y dolion ddim yn deall. Mae'n wastad yn gywir. Falle mai fi oedd yn anghywir. Nawr, dwi'n gwerthfawrogi'r amser sydd gennau i ymlacio. Ymlacio. Ar y dechrau roedd hi'n galed. Mae newid fel wir yn cael effaith ar rywun. Ond gydag amser, ddwys i arfer gyda'r newid. A chydig yn ôl, nes i bopi 4 torth o banana bread o fewn wythnos. Dwi'n mynd hwffio o banana bread. Dwi dal i gadw mewn cyswllt efo pawb. Wel, mi o'n i o leia. Pawb yr un fath bron. Ar y dechrau, roedd hi'n gael wadau'n gyffrwys. Pawb yn edrych ymlaen am sgwrs a dal fyny. Nawr, does dim llawer yn digwydd i bobl drafod. Ond mae'r sgwrs yn parhau. I fod yn hollol onest, dwi'n mynd credu fod yna lawer o ot pwy sy'n gwrando iddyn nhw. Dwi'n ffeindio fod i'n mwynhau cwmni fy hun yn fwy. Pwy fysa'n meddwl faint o sport ydw i? Dwi'n berson fwy pleserus ei fod efo nawr, mwy diddorol. Mae pobl yn colli yn gofyn cwrdd. Ond dyw i ddim yn saff. Ddim cweit eto. Yn lle hynny, mi wna i gadw i mi fy hun. Roeddwn i wedi bwriadu bod ar fy ngwyliau nawr. Yn efyd wrth y pwll. Yn ben ysgafn o chwerthin o dan yr haul crasfwydd. Ond mae fam yn iawn. Yr haul, yr awel, y môr. Dwi'n ffeindio fy hun yn colli'r cwmni. Ambell waith. Dydw i ddim yn hollol sicr o fy hun bellach. Dwi'n ffeindio'n anodd i ddod i dermau efo'r fersiwn newydd yma o fodoli. Dwi'n edrych ar fy hun yn wahanol, yn fwy beirniadol. Weithiau, dwi'n cael trafferth i geisio adnabod fy hun. Falle bod hwn yn peth da, cyfle i mi dyfu. Heb gymuned, rwy'n ffeindio fy hun yn behafio'n fwy hynanol, ydy hwnna'n beth negyddol? Ar ben fy hun, rwy'n dysgu pethau newydd amdanau, rwy'n i'n esgiluso fy ffrindiau. Nawr, gallai roi fy hun yn gyntaf. Mae'n rhaid i mi gymryd cyfrifoldeb o'm hapusrwydd fy hun. Dyna beth mae'r llyfr yn deud, anyway. Falle bod hi'n well i mi cadw i mi fy hun. Faswn i ddim yn becso aros fel hyn. Hufen ia. Dwi'n ffansi hufen ia. Rwy'n i'n arfer mwynhau bod ar lan y môr, ond nawr mae'n rhy brysur ym mhobman i fwynhau. Yn lle hynny, rwy'n teimlo'n anghyfforddus. Ond mae bod wrth lan y môr yn dod ag atgofion melys yn ôl. Rhywle i mi fwynhau efo ffrindiau. Ar ddiwrnod olaf arholiadau tygau, mes i'r traeth torf mawr ohono ni. Rhai yn wen o glis i glis, eraill yn siomedig. Ond ar y cyfan roedd pawb yn hapus. Mi o'n i'n hapus. Neidio ni mewn i'r môr yn ein gwisgoedd ysgol, y dŵr yn ddifrifol oer. Y noswaith yna, gawsom ni dan anferth, pawb yn siarad a chwerthin, yn rhannu atgofion am ein cyfnod yn yr ysgol. Roedd ein hadloniaint ag anagosrwydd yn rhywbeth rwy'n i'n drysori. Rwy'n i'n ymwybodol na fyswn i'n gweld llawer ohonyn nhw eto. Efallai ddylwn ni fod wedi gwneud mwy o ymdrech i dreulio amser efo fy ffrindiau cyn yr helynt ma. Peidio mynd adre yn gynnar, aros am un ddiod arall. Ar y cyfan, dwi'n hiraethu am nosweithiau tebyg. Bellach, dwi'n mwynhau cerdded y prom orau peth cyntaf yn y bore, cyn prysurdeb y dydd, cyn i weddill y byd godi. Mae llonyddwch ar amgylchedd yn gwneud i mi ymlacio. Adrwn ni aros na am oriau. Adrwn ni aros am oriau. Blew ni. Dwi'n ddiflasu braidd. Does dim angen bod yn ddiflas pan mae gymaint i'w wneud. Bellach, dwi'n fwy creadigol, yn defnyddio fy nwylo gymaint am hen. O, dyma ni.
Lisa! Hi, long time no see.
Wel, dych chi'n nabod fi?
Not really. Haven't heard from you in ages.
O, dwi'n cadw'n brysur.
Well, I don't know you.
Wel.
Come on, let's hang out. Mae grŵp yn aros.
Send a message to everyone. On getting ST Dimmy agor. We're gonna have a bonfire.
Sut dwi am ysgwyr sefyllfa yma? Dim heddi, boys. Yn fian.
Ond pam la?
What's up with you, Lisa? Ti byth yn ateb I ffôn. Not even bother to talk to listen to us. Fel ti mewn byd bach dy hun. Don't you miss us? Being with other people.
Fi sydd ddim yn gwrando. Wel, am grŵp hunanol ac anasturiol. Math wahanol o fod yn hunanol, nid fel fi. Does dim angen mynd dros ben llestri, dwi dal I gadw mewn cysill efo nhw. Ambell waith. Pam oes angen I bobl cwestiynu sut rwy'n behafio? Mae pawb yn ffeindio ffordd wahanol I ymdopi efo beth sy'n digwydd, dyma fy ffordd I a dwi'n hoff ohono. Hoff iawn. Rwy'n i'n disgwyl y byddai'r tro cyntaf mi gweld nhw eto'n wych. Cyfle I ddal fyny'n iawn a gwneud y mwyaf o'r hyn sydd ar ôl o'n haf olaf ni efo'n gilydd. Felly, pam cwrdd nawr? Mae'n sbwylio'r connyrf I gwrdd pan fydd hi'n saff eto. Pam fysyn ni eisiau bod yn ffrindiau efo pobl fel anyway? Dydyn nhw ddim yn gwneud I mi deimlo'n saff. Dwi'n edrych ymlaen I fynd I brifysgol. I fod yn annibynnol. Mi o'n i'n arfer teimlo'n drist yn meddwl am adael pawb. Fysyn ni'n colli nhw a nhw'n fy ngholli I. Nawr, dwi wedi bod ar ben fy hun ers gymaint o amser, dwi'n mynd teimlo fy hun yn colli eraill. A dwi'n mynd teimlo bod nhw'n fy ngholli I chwaith. Dwi'n teimlo'n fodlon efo'r reality yma. Mae pobl yn dysgu addasu I sefyllfaoedd newydd fel ffurf o ymdopi. Dyna sut fyddwn ni'n gallu oroesi. Mae mam hefyd yn poeni amdanau. Dwi'n methu deall pryderon pawb, dwi'n hapus. Mae mam yn meddwl mod i'n sal, ond dwi'n saff. Pawb arall fydd yn sal, fydde i'n iawn. Ie, dwi'n iawn. Dwi ddim eisiau bod yn sal. Dyna pam dwi'n aros I fewn. Pan dwi'n aros tu ôl drws drysau cloedig, rwy'n gallu amddiffyn fy hun a edrych ar ôl fy hun. Ar ben fy hun fyddai'n hapus ac yn fodlon. Dyw pobl eraill ddim yn gallu fy mrifo a ngadael I lawr. Ond ar ddiwrnod braf fel heddi, dwi'n cael ysfau adael y tŷ I weld yr olygfa dwi'n colli. Falle bod hyn yn syniad gwael. Well I mi fynd.
Diolch o galon I Matilda, Gonzalo, Ricardo a Gwen Llian am Haint yr Ha. Diolch o galon I chi am yr ddan yna. Mae'n hyfryd gweld beth mae actorion a cyfarwyddwr neu cyfarwyddwraig yn gallu wneud pan ych chi hyd yn oed yn ymarfer ar-lein yn lle mewn person. It's really lovely to see what you can achieve in rehearsals that take place online rather than in person, and a huge well done to you. Barrie, I have an update on the cat situation, on the kitten situation from Hannah. She sent us in a lovely, really cute video of her kitten who's watching along, which I have now popped up on our Instagram story. So that's very fun.
Lovely. Fluffy.
And I believe you have a surprise for us as well in that regard, Barrie.
I do. We have a visitor.
Excellent.
Purely for Lowry's benefit, but here is little Misty.
Hello, Misty Bach.
Little Misty. She's a tortie with what we call tortitude. And that's not me. That comes from my wife.
Tortitude.
This is Misty. She keeps biting me, so you may occasionally get an ow from now on. But yes, there we go, just for Lowry. I'll just hold her here while you talk, Hannah.
Okay, so I have an update as well on the fundraiser. Just to let you all know, during the course of the evening dros noson, dyn ni wedi codi £400 o bunnau yn barod. We have already managed to raise £400, which is really, really fantastic. Diolch o galon, thank you so much for that. Dim ond un cant sydd ar ôl I ni godi. We've only got 100 more to raise, and we would really appreciate your help with that. As we were saying earlier on, the Anna Evans Community Arts Fund is there to support a community artist in making work with various community groups, much like the work that you're seeing this evening, but this also covers music, visual arts, film, exhibitions and all sorts of different projects. Mae'n hollbwysig dyn ni'n gallu cefnogi'r cymuned lleol fel hyn. It's really important that we are able to keep supporting the local community in this way, and anything you can give will be very much appreciated. The link is in the bottom right corner. I'm pointing the wrong way. This way, not that way. Don't want to look at that way. There we go. And as I say, please do give whatever you can. We really appreciate it. Diolch o galon, and everybody has been incredibly generous so far, so thank you very much for that. ReThink, coming up in a little bit, we have two pieces. Overtake first by Niall Morgan, and then following that a spoken word piece called ReThink by Georgia Sian Clark. It's been really lovely seeing the variety of work that was submitted during the festival, and indeed all of your wonderful and very varied ideas. We've seen an awful lot of variation, and we've said this a lot to each other, haven't we, Barrie?
We have, yes. It really is incredible, and it's been such a joy being back in a rehearsal room, even if it is virtual, after such a long time. So thank you to everybody that's taken part and made all of this possible.
Diolch o galon. Right, so we have a few polls to respond to. We put out a question to our listeners to see if anybody was watching from any interesting locations, and we had a fantastic response from Eleri, who said, does Barrie Beidos count? I'm guessing she's watching from Barrie Island, which I love, and yes, that definitely counts. Hyfryd clywed oddi wrtha ti. Now then, in terms of the question, what will you miss or not miss about the lockdown, beth byddwch chi'n methu ar ôl cyfnod y clo, beth byddwch chi'n hoffi anghofio efallai. So Claire has responded with, I'll miss having lots of time, but I'll be glad to ever be able to have some live music again. I very much agree. I've missed going to see live bands. That's definitely one of the things that is missing out of my life as well. Kelsey has said, I will definitely not miss doing voice and movement classes in my bedroom for drama school. That sounds like a real chore. I have to say, much as it has been enjoyable working in this way, we definitely miss the rehearsal room as well. Georgia has said the space to reflect and be creative is what she has valued most during the lockdown. And she's hoping to have some time to make for that in the future. I agree, it's been good to step back and think, and indeed that sort of relates to your piece a little bit, which we'll be seeing soon. And then Huldah has responded with, I will not miss the guilt of not being productive. I think that's a very poignant point to make, because I think that's something that we all feel guilty for all of the time, whether busy or not. A lot of people, I think, were saying, they might feel better about not being productive during this time, but it definitely hasn't been the case. And I think we can all afford to be kinder to ourselves. But I'm going to get off my pedestal now and get back to some Sgriptüüofest. All right. So our next piece is Overtake by Niall Morgan. Tell us a little bit about the piece, Barrie.
Okay, so Overtake is all about a travel agent who wakes up in a mysterious lobby as she tries to make sense of her brand new surroundings.
Exciting times. All right. Overtake by Niall Morgan.
You're early.
Who are you? Where am I? What the hell is this place?
One question at a time, please. I'm the logger, and this is a registration office.
Right, and how the hell did I get here?
Oh, we'll get to that in a moment. You are Jamie Ashford, offspring of David and Rachel?
How the hell do you know my name?
Close enough to yes.
No, seriously, what the hell is this place?
Please take a seat. Let's get started.
No, you need to tell me what's going on.
Okay. So you want answers straight away then?
Yeah.
Fine. You're dead.
What?
You are dead.
Dead?
As a doornail.
Well, I can't be that dead if I'm talking to you right now, can I? How do you explain that one,
Are you an atheist?
What, are you some kind of religious fanatic?
No. All I'm saying is that you are now in the afterlife.
And what, you're saying that heaven's waiting right through that door, is it?
Oh, no, don't be ridiculous. Of course heaven's not waiting through that door. Heaven's through that one.
Sorry, silly me. Heaven's right through that door, is it?
Mm-hmm.
So, if I just go ahead and push this door right...
No, I wouldn't do that.
I should be. Right, Well, that's got to be, Lights. Massive floodlight and a speaker.
You have to be joking.
No, you're the one who's joking with this afterlife.
You'll notice that there's no swearing here. It's good, isn't it? I'm really rather proud of it.
Ah! Oh, what the hell is that?
It's just an ambulance crew trying to revive you. It's quite normal. It'll soon pass.
Wait, revive me?
Oh, come on, think. Try to make an effort to remember. What was the last thing you were doing before you arrived here?
It was raining. I was driving through a forest, I think. I was on my way home for the holidays, and yeah, I've been driving for 3 hours solid. And I was stuck behind this massive truck. I was so pissed off with it. I tried to overtake it.
Go on.
And there was a Mini coming right round the corner, just up ahead, and just halfway through when I was overtaking. I tried to swerve and avoid it, but then I lost control of the car. I knew something had gone wrong. Thought I was going to go head on into it, so I swerved over to the other side
and then
went over the edge. Car was in the air for what felt like forever. Felt like I was on a roller coaster, but I had one of those gut feelings, and I just knew it all gone wrong. That was it. That was it. Oh my God. I'm dead, aren't I? I'm really dead.
Finally.
Oh my God.
Well, now we've got that one out of the way, we'll get started on the forms, shall we?
I'm dead.
Indeed.
Oh, but there's so many things I wanted to do.
Regret is quite normal at this stage. However, now is not the time for regret. Now is the time for getting the forms done.
But what about my friends and my family? And what are they going to do?
Oh, something or other. I'm sure they'll work it out. But do you know what won't work itself out? These forms.
Oh, can you just give me a moment, please?
Sorry. Just trying to speed things along.
So that's it then? Life over?
In a nutshell?
Oh, well. I didn't think it would end like that.
Oh, no one ever does. Trust me, the way you went out was quite dignified.
I've got so many questions, but none of them seem to make any sense.
Well, perhaps we can get started with the paperwork and then we can answer your questions.
Fine then. How long are they going to do that for?
Oh, give them a few minutes. They'll give up on you eventually. Now, let's talk through the acknowledgement of death. Do you finally accept the fact that you are dead?
Yeah.
Well, thank my bosses for that. Okay, next up. Terms and conditions.
Oh, yay! Oh, terms and conditions. Of course there'd be terms and conditions. Why is this so... Right.
And now your afterlife of choice.
I get to pick an afterlife.
Well, of course you do. We have plenty of options available, status depending.
Status depending?
Well, I have to check if you've done a murder or anything of that sort. Can't just let anyone stroll in here. Oh, good news. You qualify for the Good Samaritan Starter Pack. So your entry-level options are Heaven, very boring if I do say so myself, Nirvana, which is slightly more interesting, and lastly, Valhalla. Yes, that one's quite lively. Or if you'd rather, you can always check out Hell. No one has to qualify for the damnation package.
Wow. I think I'll go for Nirvana.
Oh, excellent choice. Let's see. Nirvana forms. Now, if you could just sign here, we can get you into the afterlife in no time.
All right.
Stubborn, aren't they? I'll just print off your death certificate. Oh, that's odd. I can't find your death certificate. I'm calling someone now.
How long does it take? Oh, this is just adding insult to injury now.
They're really being quite persistent. Oh, Paul, hello. I need a favour. I'm trying to find someone's death certificate. No. No, I'm not wasting your time. It must be on the system somewhere. Hello? Hello? Well, no. Why can't he just... Oh, I see. Oh.
Really? Lovely. Do you fancy sharing anything?
Well, no wonder you're so early and those paramedics are still going at it.
What?
You're not dead yet.
Wait, hang on a second. I'm still alive.
Do you have any idea how annoying that is?
Oh, I'm sorry. So me being still alive is annoying for you, is it?
Yes. Do you have any idea how annoying this paperwork is? I'd filled out all the death forms and now I've got to write a whole new set just because you haven't quite finished expiring yet.
Oh, watch it. I didn't exactly ask for this, did I?
Neither did I.
So, what now?
Now, we wait. For you to either expire or be revived. And judging from the tenacity of those paramedics, I'd say there's every chance that they'll bring you round. Until then, all we can do is wait and see. Oh. Are you making an effort to be this awkward?
Well, you're not exactly the most sociable person I've met.
Well, you try working this job for an eternity and we'll see how sociable you are.
Well, why do you work this job instead of being in one of these afterlives?
Because given enough time, an eternity of anything is pretty boring.
So paperwork is more boring than being in one of those afterlives?
Some days, I really wish I was still alive.
So, what did you do when you were alive?
I worked an office job, processing paperwork for a life insurance company, died one day, tripping down the stairs. Very anticlimactic. Now, I work an office job, processing paperwork in the afterlife. Equally anticlimactic.
Well, that sounds
boring. You're not going to die, are you? So, what did you do then?
I worked for a travel company. Tried to make the company look good.
Did you enjoy it?
No. It was a job, though.
You ever wanted to do anything else?
I always wanted to travel. Japan seemed quite appealing.
So why didn't you go?
Don't know, just kept putting it off, I guess.
Waiting for the right time.
Yeah.
The right time wasn't going to come for a very long time, if ever.
And how would you know that?
Because I was in your position a while back. Wanted to go to the States. Was always waiting for the right time, so I kept putting it off, and then one day, I woke up here.
Rough.
I'd never have put it off if I'd known this was all that was waiting for me.
Well, surely it can't be that bad.
Oh, Jamie, I've seen all manner of people from all walks of life. Male, female, rich, poor, young, old, the list goes on. And in all the years I've worked this job, I've only seen people wasting their lives, making nothing of them. Do you know how depressing that is? It's like watching a film with all that build-up and no payoff. No payoff after all those years of growing up, learning, becoming more independent, and it's all wasted. And then they come up here and they get sorely disappointed when they realise that there's really not very much up here. You're lucky, Jamie. You've got a second chance. Not everyone I meet has that. Your near-death experience could be the start of something incredible. Or it could end up becoming the most interesting thing you've ever done with your life. Your choice, really. I'm not going to lie to you. Eternity is boring. Oh, I've someone else coming up in a moment. Got to deal with someone who's electrocuted himself, sticking a fork into a toaster.
Oh.
Natural selection at work, I guess. Good timing, though.
Wait, good timing? What do you mean?
Oh, you'll see. This will be nothing but a half-forgotten dream soon. But do try to remember this one thing. Don't waste your life. Anyway, I've got to process someone who's actually dead. Bye.
Hang on, wait, what? Oh!
Oh, finally. Enough.
Wait, hang on, what's going on? I can't see you anymore.
Bye, Jamie. I hope I don't have to see you for a very long time. Time to wake up.
Oh!
Diolch o galon I Lynn, Hannah, Gwenllian, Paula and Niall. Thank you very much to Lynn, Hannah, Paula, Gwen, Llian and Niall for bringing that piece Overtake to life for us. Now, do you know something, Barrie?
No, go on.
I shall tell you. It's actually Hannah's birthday today, would you believe it? So I thought I'd have to bring this just for a second because it is your birthday, Hannah, so we've got to do this very awkward thing. Penblwydd hapus I Hannah, penblwydd hapus I ti. And that's it, that's all you're getting. Penblwydd hapus. I hope you have had a lovely birthday, regardless of having to perhaps celebrate it a little bit differently this year. And thank you once again to the amazing cast and director of Overtake. Gwenllian put lots and lots of thought into how the shots were put together for that piece, and it really, really does show. So thank you so much for that. Now then, it's time for us to have a little look at the polls. I noticed lots of you were responding to our which afterlife would you like to visit best question. So I'll read a few of the responses. Claire likes the idea of the Good Samaritan starter pack. I have to say it sounds like a good deal. Lots of love for Valhalla and Nirvana. I agree with that. Dan has put Anovan, good choice. And this response I absolutely love. One with excellent Wi-Fi. I feel like that's a very important consideration when choosing an afterlife. Thank you very much for your responses, everybody. In fact, it has been lovely as well to see lots of new likes and follows appearing on our pages. We noticed our likes going up on Facebook, on Instagram and Twitter as well. Our Facebook gweplyfr, Instagram a trydar. Felly, os hoffech chi ein ddilyn ni at Awakening ydy'r tag I ddilyn. If you would like to give us a like or a follow, it's at Awakening on all of these platforms, or /Awakening on Facebook, or you can simply follow the link to our page. Please do give us a little follow. That would be excellent. Barrie, can you give us a little running total on the fundraiser as well?
I can. Give me 2. Excellent. Okay, so our fundraiser stands currently at 91% of the total, which is a whopping £455. So thank you so much once again to everybody who has donated so far. If we could reach that £500 mark by the end of the evening, we've got 2 pieces left to reach that £500 target. So please, 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 whatever you can spare, please do drop it into the Just Giving page, and the link has just appeared below me on the stream there as well. What have we got next, Anna?
Diolch o galon pob un. Well, next up we have 2 pieces left. Dim ond 2 ddarn sydd ar ôl. Yn gyntaf, darn gan Georgia Sian Clarke, a piece by Georgia Sian Clarke called ReThink, a spoken word exploration of the time we've had to contemplate and reevaluate many things during the lockdown. So that's coming up first, and then finally, to finish off the evening i orffen y noson, dyn ni'n mynd I wylio darn gan Roger Boyle, Offa's Dyke. We'll be seeing at the end by Roger Boyle. Very excited for that as well. So without further ado, I would like to announce Georgia Sian Clarke's ReThink.
I love the sky, from sunrise to sunset, night to day, light and dark. I love her when her thoughts are clouded. I love her when she's clear. Her tears pour down and wash her grassy cheeks, bringing life and light and warmth to all rooted in the soil. After days of saddened tears, the shining sun glows through behind her misty clouds, and pinpricks of light making their way to earth through the dark of long winter nights. Her mood changes. I love each mood and stare in wonder under her. I stare in wonder through all her changes, her dark times, her light. Will anyone love me the way I love the sky? I've been thinking recently, reflecting, reevaluating, relaxing, redirecting my energy. What's important anymore when the very idea of importance is changing, as our values are questioned and we question others, campaigning for what is right when so much is wrong? What's most important? What can I do? What can I do in the face of injustice, of prejudice, of ignorance and resistance, and shame and the guilt, the offence? Some people can stand the stench of inequality and let it spark the fire in their eyes and the bonfire of their soul to rise like the phoenix from the ashes of its dead brethren, to campaign for brighter days. And me, I'm too soft for the fire and ashes. The fire in me burns by a different flame, the fire of creation, let's say. I live my life softly. Step bare toe in the mildew-spotted lawns, lay one hand below head on the shaded forest floor. I step lightly as not to crush the saplings. I speak quietly as not to break the silence. I write poems, plays and books, and fear my works are bolder than I, shine brighter than I, risk more than I, as if the very heart of myself is not the paper where the words lie, as if my soul is not the ink or my mind the pen. I know there is a fire, a passion, which burns the soft away. I can feel the warmth of it flickering through the day, pushing me further, spurring me faster, burning away my cotton edges. I keep thinking one day I'll run away with the sky, find the moment where she meets the sea, and live between the elements of sea and air, away from the taste I choke on daily. Society. The taste of it catches in my throat, the smell of it burns in my lungs, and its food doesn't nourish, it decays. Society. You spoilt child, wrapped in the cloths of the powerful, they teach you that you are good because otherwise we'd be no less than animals. It's society that sets us apart, it's society which makes us rise above. Society. You wolf disguised in sheep's clothing are waiting to pounce on anyone who cries wolf, who shows you for what you are, who stands and shouts, "Why are we living like this?" You will eat us all, and we will smile, like lambs to the slaughter. Except it'll be the lambs operating the gun, and we will smile, looking at the great corner of the world we made for ourselves, made from the suffering of others. It's not society we should be proud of. It's community. I'm lucky. I'm lucky in the community I've been born into. We have banded together in the face of crisis repeatedly. We don't let our nurses go without PPE, and we don't let each other starve. We stand up for what we think is right, and we actively campaign for better days, for brighter future, for a greener future. It's moments like these which stop my dream of running off into the hills to chase the wind, which makes me reevaluate my feelings of humans living grouped, because the group isn't the issue. Society is. I am sick to death of throwing my voice into the chaos-filled void of social media, trying to discuss ethics with those who would rather insult my looks and personality than listen to my experiences in this world we created. I am sick to death of adding my voice to the thousands of others saying the same damn thing when nothing changes. Poverty doesn't change, racism doesn't change, homelessness doesn't change, homophobia, xenophobia, global warming and deforestation, nothing changes. We've normalised those things so we can turn a blind eye, so we can go about our day, not care, worry about, victimise ourselves instead of using the little power we have to help one another. But nothing changes. I'm so lucky to be born here, in the heart of nature, over the bones of suffering ancestors. Rani amar o hyd, rani amar o hyd, gweitha pawb a thopeth, gweitha pawb a thopeth, gweitha pawb a thopeth, rani amar o hyd. Society should be about helping one another. I had a dream once. I flew above a burning city. I flew above homes on fire, above a world which burned for my enjoyment. As I flew above the burning scape and dared to call it beautiful, I stared down into the suffering and the flames, and I thought it good. Can we decide as a people to stop? Can we decide as a people to reflect, reevaluate, relax, redirect our energy? What's important anymore? We can change the very idea of importance, question our values and decide what we want to be. Campaign for what is right when so much is wrong. What's most important? What can we do to create the future we want to see?
Okay, thank you there, Georgia, for ReThink. We asked you throughout that, what do you want to rethink following this year's events? We'll come to that, the answers to that question shortly. But just wanted to say thank you again to everybody who's contributed to tonight's Sgriptüüofest. We've had people out and about filming their own footage in a physically distanced way. And it's been a real challenge to collect that footage and to get that to us in a safe way. So a lot of effort has gone into putting those videos together. So thank you once again to everybody for that.
Yeah, sialens enfawr wedi digwydd mewn pythefnos hefyd. A lot of our makers only had 2 weeks to put everything together, which was really, really fantastic. And it's amazing to see what people can do in a short space of time, and with all of these restrictions and challenges to get around as well. Felly, diolch I chi. Sorry to cut you there, Barrie.
No, that's fine. I had forgotten about the 2 weeks.
That's all right.
So thank you for doing that, Anna. So we're going to just give a little bit more time for responses to that last question, and we'll come back to that in a little bit. But shall we introduce our next piece, Anna?
Yes, so the final piece, which we will be seeing in a few moments, is Offa's Dyke by Roger Boyle, a historical romp through Anglo-Saxon kingdoms and the history surrounding that. But just before then, we'd just like to speak a little bit once again about the fundraiser that we are running this evening. We are, of course, raising money for the Anna Evans Community Arts Grant. The grant was set up last year when, sadly, Anna Evans passed away. She had been working with many groups, including Awaken Productions last year, on a variety of community-based projects. She gave so much of her time, energy and warmth to those communities, working with every age group from age 0 to over 100 years old, making beautiful art, whether that was film, whether that was a photograph or a painting, or even a little bit of drama or some singing. And what we want to do is help to keep her work alive. So many of you have been so generous this evening in giving to the cause. Felly diolch o galon, a gobeithio byddwch yn gallu helpu ni I gyrraedd y targed o 500 o bunnau. If we can reach that £500 target by the end of the evening, we will be so happy, with just one piece to go now. So the link for the Anna Evans Community Arts Grant is in the bottom right-hand corner, ar gwaelod, ar y dde, awakening.co.uk/Roy-donate. There's also a QR code for that, so please do visit that as well. Thank you so much as well to those of you who have been commenting during the evening, sending us your pictures and your love. It has been really lovely to hear from you. Balch iawn I glywed oddi wrthoch chi. If you would like to keep messaging and contacting us, we would love to hear from you as the evening draws into a close. Perhaps mention the things that you've enjoyed, what you might like to see more of in future in the theatre, and also responding to our polls. Os ych chi'n eisiau dilyn ni ar Trydar neu Instagram, it's at Awakening for Twitter and Instagram, and remember to use the hashtag Sgriptŷo as well. Okay, so moving on now to our final piece. A ddarn olaf sydd gyda ni ydy Offa's Dyke gan Roger Boyle. Offa's Dyke by Roger Boyle brings our evening to a close. This piece shows the struggles of a king and queen as they try and bring their kingdom under control, and also of their conniving servant Stitwulf, who is helping them with their plans. Offa's Dyke by Roger Boyle.
It is the year 784. Offa, King of Mercia, is at his court in his capital Tamworth. When Offa took the throne of Mercia in 757, he was little more than a warlord, but has made Mercia dominant by engaging in very aggressive, warlike behaviour. Offa controls the island of Britain as far as Wales, across East Anglia, down through Kent, and borders Wessex. Not too long after his death, his family will unite with the Wessex royal family, from whence Alfred the Great springs and really gets the English project underway in the teeth of horrid Scandinavians. In 784, Offa has his hands full maintaining his dominant position. His men are very loyal since he is a success. Offa is often attended by his primary advisor, Stitwulf, who operates as his chief of staff. All their dialogue is in the Anglo-Saxon language of the time, which translates easily into English.
And so it's all kicking off in Kent again, I'm afraid.
Oh, blast it! Nothing but trouble in Kent. It all goes back to the bloody Utes. How many of them?
Oh, not many. The usual. It's just that they never stop. If those nasty people across the channel get wind of what they're up to, we may start getting bigger trouble.
Oh, man, I ask you, the Carolingian Empire, who do these imbeciles think they are, eh? Right, we'll put a stop to this once and for all. Oh, tell the estates to take 300 of the best, get down to Canterbury and cut Edmund into little pieces. I want every single piece brought back here and reassembled. It'll give Cynhyrchu and the kids a laugh anyway. Tell him lots of murder and pillage, but make it nippy. I want him back here by Yule.
Yeah, right you are, boss. By Yule. Yes. Oh, and there are rumblings in East Anglia. They've been talking to those idiots from Norway.
Go East Anglian inbred plum cakes. Right, do this. Find someone polite to go over there to Rendlesham and tell. Well, who's king over there this week?
Ethelbert, I think.
Oh, him? Oh, God, I could crap in my hands and applaud. Right, have him told politely that civilized people do not talk to Norwegians. If they even think about talking to Norwegians, they will be invited to Tamworth, where they personally will boil their own children alive to make a tasty meal for Offa and his mates. Reckon he'll understand?
Top banana, boss. Boiled alive? I think he'll probably understand.
Anything else?
Yes. Well, I was really hoping this wouldn't happen, but...
What?
It's the Welsh.
Again?
They never give up.
Again?
We really thought we had them sorted out, but they never seem to give up.
What in hell do they actually want?
Nobody even knows. Nobody understands a word they say. I listen to them, and it sounds like they all have a bad cough. And if they ever calm down, all they do is sing. They got some nice tunes, but on the whole, a damn nuisance.
Right, how many of them?
Well, it's hard to tell. A lot of the time you can't tell the difference between the Welsh and the sheep. And there are blinking thousands of sheep. Lots of the boys swear they interbreed with the sheep, but I think that's just a bit of locker room talk. Oh, soldiers, you know. Oh, I don't know really, but the whole thing's a pain in the bum for us. They're forever nicking our sheep, as if they haven't got more than enough of the damn things already.
I'm going to have to think about this.
Your Grace, my Lord Stitwolf.
With Offa are his family, headed by his wife of many years, Cynhyrchu, together with their children. Cynhyrchu is not popular amongst Offa's staff, but is politely tolerated as keeping Offa happy brings success to all.
Let's break there, Wolfie. Sort out the nutters in East Anglia, and we'll meet same time here tomorrow to decide about the nutters in Aberystwyth. Have a chat with the other army boys. See what they think.
Righty-ho, boss. Your Majesty.
Oh, Squirrel, how happy am I to see you?
That's nice, Tarzan. How did it go?
Oh, jolly well, just as you predicted. He's sending the A-team down to Kent and they will bring back a jigsaw for the children. And we're getting away with the expenses for just one chap to go to East Anglia to explain how undesirable Norwegians are. I did it pretty much word for word, just as you said, just like we practiced.
Well done, Tarzan.
There's really only one fly in the ointment.
Which is?
The Welsh.
Really? That's not a fly in ointment. That's a Tarzan, you know I don't like swearing, but that's bloody infuriating.
Well, we're all a bit cross about it. Wolfie says.
I wish you wouldn't call him that. It makes him sound like a puppy. He's a scheming, bloodthirsty snake who'll turn on you the minute the wind changes.
Do you think so? We were at school together. I've always called him Wolfie, and before he called me boss, he used to.
I don't care. What have you done about it? What has he done about it?
Well, he's going to have a chat with some of the army boys and, well, we'll see, eh?
You know exactly what that lot will suggest, with Stitwolf's conniving support. It'll be a massive excursion for those uncontrollable bully boys. It'll take months and cost a fortune. Have you ever seen Wales?
Well, not exactly seen.
Well, I have. I spent a miserable weekend in Shrewsbury once, and you could just see it. I wouldn't put a groat on that army's chances of success. They'll spend months getting lost up foggy valleys, being nibbled by sheep. Do you know about the sheep?
Oh, yes, Wolfie says.
Oh, that boy says it. We can disregard it. We're going to have to think of an alternative, and it'll have to be an alternative that will work. Go and get me some bread to help me think. We'll build a dike.
Sorry, Squirrel. A what?
A dike. They have them in that frightful wet country that the Frisians come from. They use them to keep the water out. We'll use them to keep the Welsh out. Same principle.
How would it work?
It's simple. Get me a map.
A what?
God help me. Look. Suppose you are Offa, King of Mercia, presiding over your realm.
Well, I am.
Now suppose I am Cadatlach Procfile, King of Powys, presiding over my muddy, impoverished patch. Now suppose that between us lies a mighty earthwork that is, say, 3 yards high. How then would I sneak into your territory to steal your sheep and interfere with your women?
Well, you couldn't.
Well, there you are then. That's what we'll build from Chepstow to Prestatyn. It's called a dike.
No, I'm not sure the army will be pleased to learn that they're building a dike.
Well, get the peasants to build it.
I don't imagine they'd be well pleased either.
I'm sure they'd rather build a dike than be dead. You can put the army in charge of that decision. They'll enjoy that. Better still, get the Welsh peasants to build it. No need to speak their language. The army have some very persuasive tactics, I understand. The more I think about this, the more I like it. It will need careful handling. We'll need to rehearse how you'll tell them.
Squirrel, look.
We'll put a few good speeches together. As long as we can answer their questions, it'll work as usual.
Oh, Squirrel, I think...
Don't worry. I'll do the thinking. You'll need to do the talking, but I'll tell you what to say. You're good at that.
But...
Good boy, Tarzan. Let me go away and do some thinking. I have an appointment at the hairdresser's with some of my ladies.
Squirrel.
What now?
Squirrel. I think... Well, I don't think...
Don't worry. Don't think. Leave that to me.
I don't think I'm really cut out for this job.
Now, Tarzan, we've talked about this before. You're king of the Mercians. You're soon going to be king of all the Angles. King of Angleland. No more Utes, no more Norwegians, and after this, no more Welsh. There will be history books written about the mighty Offa. The dike will be a splendid memorial to you.
Sometimes I wonder if it might be better not to be remembered. Or sometimes I wonder if it might be better to be remembered as a man who liked to play with his children. Squirrel, I don't like violence. I don't want to cut other kings to pieces or boil their babies. I don't like swearing. I know it's how you make an army work, but it's all so uncouth. Would we want the children to grow up speaking like that? Some days, I just want to play football. At school, Wolfie and I played football together every day. Now I'm lying to him all the time, pretending I think all Jutes and Norwegians are stupid brutes. But I don't think that. I met some very jolly Norwegians. Maybe he is a snake, but I'd be happier if he was my friend.
Now, Tarzan. We'll make sure you're remembered as the friendliest king ever who was jolly good at football. When we've sorted out the Welsh, we can all relax. Let's go on holiday to the seaside with the children. Meanwhile, I'm your friend, aren't I? I can be a better friend to you than Wolfie ever could be. I'll tell you what, I'll have a think about the Dyke. Then perhaps we can go and make a terrible mess in the bedroom, like we did before we were married. I'll get some beer and bread sent up from the kitchen. And a goat.
Squirrel, you're the best queen a king could ever wish for.
And you, Tarzan, are quite the best king a girl could want. Now, I'm off to plan the Dyke at the hairdresser's with the ladies. Then I'll pop back. We'll practice your lines and then we'll go up to the bedroom and play some games with the goat and each other.
Okay, thank you very much to Hugh, Owen, Julie, Connor and Roger for the wonderful Offa's Dyke. And indeed, thanks to all of our actors, our directors, our writers who have worked tirelessly to bring this festival together.
Now, we just have a little bit of time left, felly dyn ni'n mynd I edrych ar y polls. We're going to look at the polls that we did for the last two pieces. So in response to ReThink, what would you rethink following our time at home? Niamh has responded with everything. So much has happened for us to look over our everyday actions, and I hope that everybody learns from this harsh time. I definitely agree with that, and I think that's a very good way of putting it. Definitely lots to unpack there. So we had another poll going as well in relation to the piece you just saw, Offa's Dyke. How would you adapt a historical piece into a play, or what are the most important things to remember when you're doing that? And Dan has responded with to not be slavishly faithful to ultimately unreliable sources. That seems like a very succinct way of putting it, indeed. But I do think, yeah, one can be very playful with history, and I think we've certainly seen that this evening as well. Felly, mae'n amser I ni now edrych ar a fundraiser. We should look at the fundraiser that we have done ar gyfer cronfa creadigol Anna Evans for the Anna Evans Community Arts Grant. And I have the pleasure of telling you that we not only reached our target this evening, but we went over the target as well by £10. Felly, diolch o galon I chi pob un am roi i'r cronfa heno 'ma. Thank you so much to everybody for giving to us this evening. We really, really do appreciate it. I know that Anna's family have sent in a message as well. They have said that they would like to say a big thank you to everyone who has donated and continued to support the grant over the past year. Diolch o galon I chi. Just so you know, we will be leaving the Just Giving page open for a little while, so it will be possible to continue to donate if you are perhaps watching on catch up or rewatching and enjoyed what you have seen this evening. Please do, as it's really going to help keep community arts alive in Aberystwyth and is such a lovely and important cause. Felly, diolch yn fawr. Right then, Barrie, I think there's only one thing left to do now, and I would like to ask all of the actors, directors and writers that took part, y dramodwyr, yr actorion a'r cyfarwyddwyr I gyd, I sefyll lan and to stand up and to take a bow. I know that you're at home, I know you're on your own, but it doesn't matter. And everybody in the audience yn y cynulleidfa, os gallwch chi rhoi cyfarwyddo iddyn nhw, if you can give them all a round of applause. Well done, everybody. We're all clapping. The whole team is clapping, even if you can't hear them. Woo! Thank you very much. Diolch o galon I chi. It has been really, really lovely to work with you. Mae wedi bod yn hyfryd gweithio gyda chi dros y mis diwethaf. During the last month, we have seen so many wonderful creative pieces of work happening, even when the odds are against us, even when it's been more difficult to create. We have managed to make some really lovely things. Os ych chi wedi hoffi beth ych chi wedi gweld, if you have liked what you've seen this evening, neu efallai byddwch yn eisiau cymryd rhan, or you might want to take part, and perhaps you might like to give our Facebook page a like, rhoi like I ni ar gwep.
Okay, so we've just lost Anna there, just a little technical hitch, but just again, to reiterate what Anna was saying, if you'd like to join us or you'd like to get involved, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, you can like our page on Facebook, and you can also follow our YouTube channel as well. And if you don't have Facebook, the videos from this evening and beyond are available on YouTube as well.
Apologies there.
Hannah D, who asked whether the videos will be available elsewhere other than Facebook. Yes, they absolutely will. You can point them towards our YouTube channel. Anna, are you back with us?
I am indeed.
There we go.
Yeah, if you search for Cwmni Ennyn Awaken Productions or even Awakening, as we've been using following the @ on YouTube, you'll be able to find our channel. The individual videos will be going they're up there soon, or you can go to awakening.com/YouTube, awakening.co.uk/YouTube, and that way you'll be able to check out our channel as well. I believe the stream from tonight will also be going up there as well, so you can catch up with that on YouTube or on Facebook, and we'll be releasing those videos very soon. So please do stay tuned for what's to come as well. I'd just like to say a massive thank you to everybody that has joined us this evening. Diolch o galon I bawb sydd wedi ymuno â ni heno 'ma. Mae wedi bod yn hyfryd eich gweld chi hyd yn oed ar screen. It has been lovely to see you even on the screen and to know that you are with us and supporting new writing and creatives in Aberystwyth. Dyn ni really yn gwerthfawrogi eich cefnogaeth chi. I'd also like to say a big thank you to the local businesses that supported us, Little Devil's Cafe and Maith y Meysydd, for your wonderful prize contributions to our costume competition. A llongyfarchiadau congratulations to Meher and to Holder on winning those prizes as well. And a big thank you to all the professional creatives who supported us. I know I'm saying a lot of thank yous, there's only one left to do, and that masses indeed to the awakened team. Believe it or not, it's not just me and Barrie with you tonight. There is a whole team of people working behind the scenes, following your comments, posting to social media, and also bringing this beautiful stream to you, which I must say looks very, very pretty. Felly, diolch yn fawr. Thank you very much. So yes, the only thing left to say is goodbye and good night. Any last words of wisdom from you, Barrie, for all of our creatives?
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't ask me for wisdom. I'm all wisdomed out. No, thank you. Just to say thank you very much, and reiterate what Anna said once more. I'm not going to go through the list again, but thank you to everybody who's taken part. It really does mean a lot to us that we can keep doing things even with our current situation in play. So please do get involved with this later down the line, and we look forward to interacting with you more in the near future. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yn union, mae e wedi bod yn profiad hwylus iawn gweithio gyda chi. It has been lovely working with you. I hope you have a lovely evening, and we'll see you one day soon, very hopefully. Thank you very much.